A powerful winter storm, named Winter Storm Chan, is surging up the East Coast today, December 2nd, 2025. This is not just a typical winter event, this is a storm that meteorologists have been watching closely for days, as it gathers strength and barrels towards some of the most densely populated areas in the country. The atmosphere is tense as millions of residents from Washington, D.C. all the way up to Maine prepare for what could be one of the most significant weather events of the season. This isn't just another snowstorm, meteorologists are tracking it as a bomb cyclone, a rare and dangerous phenomenon where the storm rapidly intensifies in a matter of hours. The pressure is dropping fast, fueling fierce winds and heavy precipitation. Weather experts are warning that this system could bring a combination of hazards, including blinding snow, sleet, freezing rain, and even the risk of coastal flooding. The entire region is on high alert, as the storm's path becomes clearer, and the potential for widespread disruption grows by the hour. While major cities like New York and Philadelphia may dodge the heaviest snow accumulations, they're not out of danger. These urban centers are still facing the threat of icy roads, strong gusts, and freezing rain that could snarl traffic and disrupt daily life. Meanwhile, interior regions of the Northeast are bracing for a dangerous mix of heavy, wet snow, sleet, and fierce winds. Rural communities and smaller towns, especially those in higher elevations, could see over a foot of snow piling up, making travel nearly impossible and increasing the risk of power outages. The timing of this storm couldn't be worse. It's hitting just as the workweek begins, with snow and ice expected to intensify overnight and into Tuesday morning. Commuters are being urged to stay off the roads if possible, as visibility will be poor and conditions treacherous. Schools and businesses across the region are already announcing closures and delays, hoping to keep people safe as the storm rages on. For many, Tuesday's commute will be a test of patience and caution, as plows and emergency crews work around the clock to keep main routes open. Emergency declarations are in place across several states, with governors urging residents to prepare for extended power outages and dangerous travel conditions. Road crews and salt trucks are on high alert, ready to tackle what could be a long, grueling battle against the elements. Emergency services are ramping up their response, with extra personnel and equipment deployed to the hardest-hit areas. The National Guard is on standby in some regions, prepared to assist with rescues and recovery if the situation worsens. For some residents, this storm will mean waking up to more than a foot of heavy, wet snow blanketing their neighborhoods, shoveling driveways and sidewalks just to get out the door. For others, especially those in areas hit hardest by ice, it's a fight against downed trees and power lines, with utility crews working tirelessly to restore electricity in freezing conditions. The weight of the snow and ice could cause significant damage to homes, vehicles, and infrastructure, adding to the challenges faced by communities already stretched thin by winter's demands. As the first bomb cyclone of the season bears down, the Northeast is on edge. Streets are emptying, families are hunkering down, and everyone is waiting to see just how severe the impact will be. The next 24 hours will test the region's resilience, as residents and officials alike brace for the full force of Winter Storm Chan. Bomb cyclone may sound dramatic, but it's a real meteorological term for a storm that intensifies at breakneck speed. Bombogenesis is the process, when a storm's central pressure drops at least 24 millibars in 24 hours, fueling stronger winds and heavier precipitation. This storm is expected to surpass that threshold with a projected pressure drop of up to 29 millibars. The bomb refers to the explosive speed of development, not an actual explosion. As the pressure plummets, the storm supercharges, winds roar, snow piles up, and conditions deteriorate fast. When meteorologists say bomb cyclone, it's a call to action. This is no ordinary winter storm. Nature's power is on full display, demanding respect and preparation. Bomb cyclones form when frigid Arctic air collides with warm, moist Atlantic air along the east coast. For Winter Storm Chan, a displaced polar vortex sent Arctic air south, setting up a dramatic temperature clash. The warm air rises rapidly, creating low pressure and fueling clouds and heavy precipitation. As moisture condenses, it releases energy, latent heat, that accelerates the storm's intensification. The jet stream overhead acts like a vacuum, pulling air away and dropping surface pressure even further. The result, a rapidly strengthening storm, perfectly primed to unleash wind and snow on millions. The storm's track is everything. A shift of just 50 miles can mean the difference between a winter wonderland and a cold, soaking rain. This razor-thin line between snow and rain will determine who faces the brunt of the storm and who escapes with just wet roads. Meteorologists are watching the storm's path closely, as even a small change could dramatically alter the forecast for millions of people across the Northeast. The heaviest snow, with totals easily topping 6 inches, and in some spots reaching up to a foot, is expected to blanket the interior Northeast and much of New England. Areas like Northeast Pennsylvania, the upper Hudson Valley, western Massachusetts, southern Vermont, and New Hampshire are all in the bullseye for significant snowfall. Residents here should prepare for difficult travel, school closures, and the possibility of being snowed in for a day or more. Eastern Maine will also be hit hard, with snow piling up quickly and winds whipping drifts across roads. Meanwhile, cities along the busy I-95 corridor, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City, will mostly see rain, sparing them from the worst of the snow, but bringing its own set of problems. Expect heavy downpours, gusty winds, and the risk of urban flooding as storm drains struggle to keep up. Boston, however, sits right on the edge. As the storm pulls away, the city could see a messy mix of rain and wet snow, leading to slushy roads and tricky conditions for commuters. The timing of the changeover will be key. If temperatures drop quickly, even a brief burst of snow could create slick spots and slowdowns. Farther west, places like Pittsburgh and Cleveland are also in line for heavy snow, with several inches likely to accumulate on roads, cars, and rooftops. These cities could see travel grind to a halt as snow falls steadily throughout the day, making it difficult for plows to keep up. Across the Appalachian Mountains, a dangerous ribbon of sleet and freezing rain is expected to develop. This wintry mix will create treacherous driving conditions, with roads quickly becoming icy and hazardous. Even a thin glaze of ice can make travel nearly impossible and increase the risk of accidents. In some areas, up to a quarter-inch of ice could accumulate on trees, power lines, and anything left outside. This much ice is enough to snap branches, bring down power lines, and cause widespread outages that could last for days. For those in the path of this powerful winter storm, it's a recipe for hazardous travel, dangerous conditions, and the potential for widespread power outages. Whether it's heavy snow, drenching rain, or a coating of ice, everyone in the region should be prepared for rapidly changing weather and stay alert for updates as the storm unfolds. This bomb cyclone is a triple threat: heavy wet snow, fierce winds, and treacherous ice. The snow will be dense and difficult to shovel, straining trees and power lines. Winds fueled by the storm's rapid intensification will blast coastal New England, raising the risk of widespread outages. In the Appalachians, freezing rain will coat surfaces in ice, making travel and even walking dangerous. The combination of snow, ice, and wind creates a perilous situation. Roads will be slick, visibility low, and power failures likely. Officials urge everyone to stay off the roads if possible. This is not a storm to underestimate. Its hazards multiply when combined. Preparation and caution are essential. The storm's impact goes far beyond snow and wind. Travel will be paralyzed, roads hazardous, flights delayed or canceled, and commuters stranded. Heavy wet snow and strong winds threaten the power grid, with outages likely to last in the bitter cold. Along the coast, powerful winds will drive storm surge and flooding, especially during high tides, threatening homes and infrastructure. Beach erosion and property damage are real risks for coastal New England. These cascading effects disrupt daily life, from business closures to halted deliveries and emergency evacuations. Recovery will take days, if not weeks, as communities dig out and restore power. The storm is a stark reminder of how vulnerable our systems are to nature's fury. As the storm exits, a powerful blast of Arctic air will surge in behind it, sending temperatures plummeting across the region. This isn't just a typical cold snap. This is a true Arctic invasion, with frigid air pouring down from the north and sweeping across cities and towns that just endured the storm's heavy snow and fierce winds. The temperature drop will be dramatic, catching many off guard as the mercury falls rapidly, sometimes by more than 20 degrees in just a few hours. As the cold air rushes in, it will create a dangerous flash freeze hazard. Any moisture left behind by the storm, whether it's slush, puddles, or wet roads, will quickly freeze solid, turning streets and sidewalks into sheets of ice. This sudden transformation can happen in minutes, making travel treacherous for drivers and pedestrians alike. Even those who think the worst is over may find themselves slipping and sliding as the landscape ices over. The danger doesn't end when the snow stops falling. In fact, the risk may increase as roads that were once just wet become slick and hazardous. Emergency crews are urging everyone to stay off the roads if possible, as even experienced drivers can lose control on black ice. Cleanup efforts will be hampered by the persistent cold, with snow and ice lingering for days. High temperatures will remain well below freezing, and overnight lows will plunge into the single digits, or even below zero in some areas. For those without power or heat, the cold will be especially dangerous, making it difficult to stay warm indoors. The biting wind will only make matters worse, driving wind chills to levels that can cause frostbite in a matter of minutes. Medical experts warn that exposed skin can freeze quickly in these conditions, and hypothermia is a real threat for anyone stranded or without adequate shelter. Emergency responders are on high alert, ready to assist those in need, but they urge everyone to take precautions and check on neighbors, especially the elderly and vulnerable. The storm has already shattered snowfall records across the Midwest, leaving cities buried under feet of snow. Now, the deep freeze is spreading eastward, gripping the entire region in its icy hold. Satellite images show a vast swath of the country blanketed in white, with the coldest air yet to come. Over a third of the lower 48 states are now covered in snow, the most for this date in years. Neighborhoods, highways, and open fields are all buried under a thick layer of snow, creating a winter landscape that stretches for miles in every direction. But the real danger isn't just the snow, it's the relentless cold that follows. As temperatures continue to drop and winds howl, the risk to life and safety grows. This Arctic blast is a reminder that winter's fury doesn't end when the snow stops falling. Sometimes, the most life-threatening conditions come in its wake. Officials are mobilizing. Winter storm warnings and advisories blanket the region. States like New Jersey and New York have declared emergencies, activating resources and urging residents to prepare. Road crews are pre-treating highways, and utility companies are staging extra crews for rapid response. The message is clear: stay informed, stay home, and let emergency teams do their work. Avoid non-essential travel to keep roads clear for plows and first responders. Public cooperation is critical to weathering this storm safely. Personal preparedness is your best defense. Avoid travel. Roads will be treacherous and conditions can change rapidly. Prepare for power outages. Stock up on flashlights, batteries, non-perishable food, and water. Keep warm blankets and layered clothing ready. Never use stoves or grills for heat indoors. If you must go outside, dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and watch for frostbite and hypothermia. Listen to official updates and follow local guidance. With knowledge and preparation, you can stay safe as Winter Storm Chan barrels through the Northeast.